to go to matte and gloss constantly.
Constantly.
And there's a lot of other formulas, so we're going to share with you about the different formulas, and we're going to talk about one of our favorite new things, Dimensional Magic.
Yes.
Which is perfect for making jewelry, and with the holidays just around the season, or just around the corner,
absolutely.
It is perfect time to start making some of those types of projects. So we've got projects to show you and lots of tips and tricks too.
And it's true, and Mod Podge has a gigantic family, so come to your local Michael's store and check out all the Mod Podge. Now Mod Podge, which is really cool, next year is its 45th anniversary. So Mod Podge has been around forever.
It's a classic.
I think the cavemen used it. That's how old it is, and it's still around for a reason. The reason why it is still around is because it's a fantastic product. And we love using it, we use it all the time. I'm going to start off by showing you a simple technique on how to use Mod Podge. Starting off just with a Michael's wood surface here, we painted it with Fulcar paint.
I think that's Parisian pink. Which,
yes.
I'm sorry, I did choose the pink and the paper.
You know.
I can't help it.
Girly stuff. That's cool though. And also some decorative paper here that we cut out to fit right on top of our plaque here. Now I'm using the Mod Podge gloss, and it's such a simple process. That's the great thing about Mod Podge. You're just going to load up your brush with it, and we're going to go right on top and get a nice coat, medium, not too thick, not too thin. You want a nice coat, and you want to cover your whole entire plaque or any surface that you're using. The great thing about Mod Podge is it works on glass, it works on terracotta, it works on wood, it works on plastic, it works on almost any surface at all.
We've used it on, I mean, really probably everything. We even did a mini refrigerator with it. So, I mean, you can do it on pretty much anything.
And that's what's fantastic, because all those surfaces equals tons of projects.
Glue and sealer all in one, so you're only going to need one product to do a lot of these projects.
Non-toxic.
Kid-friendly.
Made in America. Go on, top that.
I know, I'm like, what's the next one?
So you want to put your Mod Podge down. Now what I like to do is, and you don't necessarily have to, but I do, the piece that you're working with, I like a nice thin coat. Oh, let me move this over here. I'm sorry. There we go. And I'm also going to put a thin coat right on top of my paper.
And sometimes that depends upon the weight of the paper.
Absolutely.
For really thin papers, sometimes it makes it too wrinkly, but if you have a thicker cardstock like this paper, it's really great to add a little extra on there.
Yeah. And talking about wrinkles, we're going to add this on top, position it properly.
We don't want any wrinkles.
And the wrinkles, we're going to be using this brayer here. Right here. Here's the packaging, and here's the brayer. And what the brayer does, it eliminates the lines and the bubbles that you might possibly get. Now, you can also use your finger, which is the old traditional way, but this kind of relieves you from using your fingers, getting messy, getting all that glue on your fingers, keeping it clean, and it's just kind of a medium press down like this. No bubbles, no wrinkles, and there you go. That's done. Now that's the glue portion of it, and what you want to do right after that is you want to go right on top of it and seal it. So Mod Podge is a glue and a sealer. Now this is going to take about 15 to 20 minutes to dry, so you just want to make sure you just put it in a area,
and everybody does
room temperature,
a little bit different. So, you know, depending upon the paper that you're working with or the surface, you may want to coat it immediately, or you may want to let it sit. If you're doing it on a round cylinder, sometimes we let that sit for 15 or 20 and then top coat it. It really is kind of, there's no science to it, so you can experiment with what you're working with.
Now this I'm putting on a nice thin layer, just coating it. This is going to seal it. And you can see it's kind of going on a little bit milky and white. Of course it dries completely clear. I like to get all those lines out of it. Kind of go around these edges, make sure all your edges are sealed down.
I think we have a sample of a finished one around here.
Right over here. There we go. And it's really as simple as that. Now here is a finished one that has been dried. And as you can see, it's a nice gloss finish. That's because we are using the Mod Podge gloss. We also have here the matte formula, which gives it less of a gloss. The exact same product, same thing, just not gloss in it. And what's in between that is your satin.
And satin is so overlooked, but it's really a pretty sheen.
Yeah.
If you're doing holiday stuff and you don't want super glossy, but you just want a little bit of sheen, satin is definitely the way to go.
What else you got over here, Kat?
Well, I've got the paper formula. It's really great for paper to paper. It's archival. It's a little bit thinner, so it's not going to be as thick as your other formulas. This is one of my favorites, the sparkle formula. And the sparkle formula has the tiniest little flecks of glitter in it. So again, for holiday, it's excellent. If you're doing like something on a glass luminari or a plaque or making any kind of ornaments, you're going to get a little bit of glitter there. And then one of my favorites is the brushstroke formula. And this one's pretty cool. There was a blogger recently and she was doing some designs with it, and I really loved what she was doing. And it makes your scrapbook papers or your collages look like painting.
This one's fun to mess around with. If you've never used it before, pick up a bottle of this because it's pretty amazing what you can do with it. You gotta kind of play with it for a while and you can get great results.
It's very thick, and so you can take a thicker brush and really goop it on and create all sorts of effects with that one.
This one's actually one of my personal favorites, is the hard coat, because I like to do a lot of decoupaging, Mod Podging on top of furniture. So the hard coat allows you to, it's super durable, it's much thicker, and it just holds up really well. It's the toughest formula out of all of them. So this one's my favorite, and this is in the purple bottle.
Now the other thing, do we have those other examples?
Yes, we do.
One of a really kind of hot trendy item is altering canvases, and the canvases are really simple to do. You can just take, this is just a regular art canvas, and paint it with whatever color you want. And then you can collage on top of it or just do scrapbook paper on top of it, and it works the same way on fabric as it would on wood. Now it's a primed canvas, so you would want to make sure it's a primed canvas, but this is like for all those people who maybe have a lot of scrapbook papers or they have a lot of embellishments. You can create works of art with that now, and you can load up embellishments all on top of it. It's sort of sky's the limit.
And this is kind of fun too, another Mod Podge project. This is one of Michael's letters. Of course, they have the full alphabet. This is F for Miss Fillion here. And we did the same thing. It's just decorative paper that we cut out, did the gloss finish right on top of this. And these are actually really good gifts.
Yeah,
these are fun to give.
And for baby nurseries.
Baby nurseries is good.
And a lot of people, spell out a family name or love or, those kinds of things.
Right.
And most of these come with a sort of drilled backing, so they're ready to hang. But if not, you could just hot glue a ribbon or something like that on there to create a hanger and spell out any word that you want.
And another simple idea is by using all your kind of scrap decorative paper, we just did these little strips right here, kind of did our own design. Of course, we painted the whole thing with folk art, and we even did Mod Podge over the whole entire frame, not just the certain areas, to give that nice gloss. This is just a little basic wood disc here that we did a punch.
Just like this.
Yep, put a piece of paper right on top, Mod Podge that, stuck it in a flower, and there you go, instant frame.
And instant scrapbooking decoration.
That's true.